We advise the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Welcome back to another episode of StyleRPA, the newest hotspot for life and style. I'm Amanda Alvina, and with me are my co-hosts, Ria and Nicole.
Hi.
Hey
guys.
guys.
How are you guys this week?
And I'm with you too.
And of
Hello.
course, we're with Philip Abadisho.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Yes.
All right. So what's been on our radar this week?
What's on StyleRPA.com this week?
Well, one of the highlights this week was a feature on, top photographer Mark Nickdow. So I had a one-on-one interview with him, and then I wrote the feature, and it was pretty good.
I remember we were all
feedback.
together. We had a couple of
Yes.
beers.
Yeah,
Remember, we were
beer.
all in Greenbelt during that interview.
It's a rare thing to have with Mark Nickdow.
And I saw the photos that he gave for the website, the
Yes.
ones with Georgina
Yes.
and Ann Curtis.
It's gorgeous work.
Yes,
So.
it's really great. What else was on the StyleRPA.com last week?
Well, for events, there's Callum David and Terrence Lloyd's birthday party at Privé.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was on March 22 on a Thursday, and it was the start of what's going to happen every Thursday now in Privé. So they're doing a models night every Thursday, and it's going to be...
We should go to that.
Yes, and it's benefiting the Caridade charity.
Which is charity in Portuguese. I heard they're gonna give the proceeds to Marilac Hills.
Marilac
Hills.
Hills.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
It's going to be for victims of sexual abuse, girls who were victims of sexual abuse, to kind of empower them and give them a livelihood and give them, like a hope after the tragedy that they've been through.
so you're able to party and you're able to help
Exactly.
also.
Exactly.
That's
You're
a
going to
great-
party, you're going to see models, so you're going to see beautiful people every Thursday, and you're going to get to help out other people.
Now, for our lifestyle news, what do you have?
Well, we do have Mary Kay for our beauty section. They recently launched a new line of beauty products called Botanical Effects, and it's personalized for every type of skin, dry skin, oily skin, and normal. So ladies out there would be thrilled to know that Mary Kay is caring for their skin. So.
It's perfect for dry skin like mine. I think I could really use something like that.
And you have a nice flyaway too. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So now, going back to our lifestyle news, I heard about Vagina Monologues. Will
Yes,
be on
they're actually in the Philippines. They're celebrating their 12th anniversary.
Okay,
So after
great.
12 years
Great.
of vagina speaking in many different voices and different stories. So it is actually based on a book by Eve Ensler.
We were talking about it before we were live that we have to talk about vagina like it was a nose, it's a body part.
It is a
Because
body part.
Similarly, there was a penis talks that was in a music museum recently. So I hope our viewers will watch Vagina Monologues.
Yes,
And the same as Caridade, you can actually have fun while doing something good. Because what the Vagina Monologues does is
it's women empowerment.
women empowerment as well, and to end violence against women.
Yes.
So people like Monique Wilson will actually be in this play. So
And our very own, like Nicole said, Monique Wilson of the New Voice Company is set to stage the play on March 31. That's today.
Where is it going to be?
it's gonna be in. I'm actually not sure.
Okay, they'll Google. I'm sure
Yes,
they can
exactly.
find it on our site. I'm sure we'll feature it.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
for sure.
So I also heard that millions and millions of people downloaded the new Angry Birds in space. Have you heard about
that's
that?
right. Do you guys play Angry Birds?
I
I
don't
do.
know
I
personally.
don't
Well, I've
play.
tried it, but personally, I'm not that big on.
Yeah.
I do.
like that.
You download it for 99 cents, and they give you the Christmas version, the Halloween version, the Easter version.
Wow.
There are
So
many
what is
versions.
the space version?
That I haven't
Tell
tried.
us about it.
Well, the space version is actually, so you know how what Angry Birds does is you kind of like launch these birds, right? And then
Right.
you try to knock over these blocks and things.
Get to the pig.
Yeah, to get to the, I didn't
To
know
the
it was to
pig.
get to the pig. But I mean, I thought it was just to knock over things. But anyway, so there you do knock over these things. But in the space version, it makes it a lot more complicated because you have to consider the gravitational pull of planets.
Wow.
That will actually
So it's a lot
Around.
more challenging version of the
a
game.
lot
Right.
more challenging, yes.
Wow.
And I understand there are different kinds of birds. Like I only know the
Yes,
the
there are different
usual
kinds
one.
of birds.
There's the red one. There's the red one and the really angry one, and they're different colors. And for the space version, there's actually an ice bird. So,
So what does
I
that
don't
look
know.
like?
I wouldn't know. Probably very
Icy.
icy,
Icy?
very cold, very cold.
Yeah.
So there. And the interesting thing is that along with the theme, the game is actually launched. Sorry, in the International Space
Wow.
Station. Sorry, with NASA.
Wow. That's first.
All right, so if you're big on Angry Birds, you should definitely download this new version. So, the Hunger Games craze.
Oh, I can see a
Who
lot
have you
about
guys
that.
seen it?
I haven't seen it, so I
I've seen
can't.
it.
I saw it.
I've seen it. I've read the
Really
book.
good.
I love the Hunger Games. So, I mean, it's really big in the Philippines, and now there is Hunger Games Philippines. It's the first It's the first Philippine-based fan organization of the Hunger Games trilogy. So, there is going to be a university tour.
I think there has been going
There is-
on
oh,
a
it has-
university tour. It's called Real and Not Real, the Hunger Games Trilogy University Tour.
Wow.
So they're going around different colleges and giving, talks and symposia on about the trilogy.
So it's kind of like a forum between, for all of the fans of the trilogy.
Yes. They actually went to Ateneo. I didn't really get to catch
Yes.
them, but I heard that they were there, and they also went to LaSalle.
Is it going to be a series? Is there a part 2?
Yes,
part
there are
3?
3 books. So, the next one is Catching Fire, and the last one is Mockingjay.
Can't wait for
Okay. Okay.
All
No
right.
wonder they compare it to like Twilight.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people would.
It's different, though.
Yeah.
It's very different from Twilight.
But they do kind of. I mean, the biggest comparison is that
Well, the
the
big-
There's a-
heroine in Twilight is
Yeah,
really
okay.
different from the heroine in the Hunger Games.
Or maybe
I
just
see.
because there's a love triangle going on.
Maybe.
Or potentially a love triangle.
So there's even a Hunger Games themed wedding plan. And so the bride is Katniss Everdeen and the groom is Peter Millark.
Why not Gail?
I don't know, I like Gail.
I vote Gail.
But I mean, if you read the series, then you'll kind of get maybe why they chose Peter Millark.
Because if you just watch the film, I mean, I watched it and I hadn't read the book, and I was like, Gail didn't really do anything other than just kind of talk to her in the beginning and then
Yeah.
be jealous when they were kissing on TV. But yeah,
Well, he doesn't have that big of a role in the first book, so you'll have to see the second. And so the maid of honor is Effie Trinket. If you've seen the movie, she is this flamboyant girl with pink hair.
played by Elizabeth Banks.
Yes. So I don't know what's going on.
You know what? Big lifestyle news this week is I heard Zac Efron is coming to town and pan shops
That's
bringing him.
right.
A lot of girls are going to be so glad to
Well, that's
hear
big
these.
news.
I
for the
was glad to
Philippines.
hear it, I admit. I love Zac Efron.
Yeah, and then another story, breaking news that I read earlier is Lady Gaga is coming April 27,
yes.
I think, and she's performing at the SM Arena
Yes, she is.
in the Mall of Asia.
So this would be
grounds.
the second time that she's here
It's
in
the
the
second.
Philippines, right?
The tickets are 15,000 and
Oh.
11,000.
15,000 lang
You
pala
better
eh.
get them
But it's
early.
live.
I'm sure our producer Ramon will love this.
Yes, there we go.
That's actually like a really big thing because the last celebrity endorser of Bench was Lucy Hale. So we're getting a lot of
And they had Michael Trevino too, and then
Yeah.
Pen Shop had Ed
Ed
Westwick.
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 So
and
Let's go
Mario
Zac
Moore, and now it's Zac Efron.
It's good for our tourism.
and there's a little bit of
Everyone's
buzz
coming
about Ian Somerhalder, so I'm not really sure about
Really?
that, but I hear
here.
that
Should stay tuned.
exactly.
But we'll wait for Zac Efron first, maybe.
So
and
now,
then
going back to local talent, I heard about our director, our very good
Brilliante
director in
Mendoza. He'll serve as a jury member in the 31st Istanbul Film Festival, or prestigious Turkey Film Fest. He's the only Filipino chosen to be a part of the jury, so
this
that's
gonna
great
be
representation out there.
It's going to be a 2-week-long festival, so there's going to be a lot of important people. It's starting today, March 31, and it's going to be going on until April 15 of this year.
He was the one who made
Kinatay.
and Service, and he was the guy who was actually he discovered Coco Martin, right?
He did.
Didn't that get him to Cannes Film?
Yes, he won. He
right?
won in Cannes. Yeah.
It did, and
He won
Kinatay
in
was
Cannes.
his other movie. Kinatay was also actually very controversial because it's very, very violent.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know why Coco Martin was so popular after Service.
Why?
Because
They
it's very,
showed
very
everything.
graphic.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it's
is.
very,
They
very
showed
graphic.
all of
Everything.
Coco Martin.
PG-13.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you guys. Thanks for having me here to
Thank
give the
you.
lifestyle news, and I'm sure we're gonna have a great show.
Yes.
Thanks,
And
guys.
We'll see you again next week.
We'll see you next week. Thanks.
See you,
Alright.
Philip. All right. So we've also got a lot of beautiful people celebrating their birthdays this week.
Yes, and one of them would be Alodia Goseng Fiao, having a birthday bash at the SM North EDSA Cyber Zone on March 31 today. But actually, her real birthday is on March 9. Talagang bongga lang talaga siya.
Yeah. So Alodia is a really big personality in the cosplay scene. So there is going to be, it's not going to be a typical birthday. So there's going to be a cosplay showdown. There's going to be prizes. And they're even having a Dota tournament. So the first prize, so there's like really big cash prizes in this thing. So there you go. And there are also a lot of other people celebrating their birthdays today.
Actor Ewan McGregor and Al Gore, politician, filmmaker, and environmentalist. Vice Ganda, our very own. And of course, he would be 201 years old today if he were still alive. Robert Bunsen, the inventor of the Bunsen burner.
I remember those Bunsen burners from high school. And, no, actually grade school. High school, we didn't really have chem stuff anymore. But there you go. If he were alive, this great man would be a whole 201 years old today.
Oh, anyway, we have a guest on our show today, and our next guest, he is a brilliant young designer, and his long list of achievements include being a finalist in the Mega Young Designers competition, and he competed in Paris for the Paris Young Designers competition as well, and he was also elected president of the Young Designers Guild in 2005. He also joined Fashion Watch in 2011. Let's all welcome James Reyes.
Hi, James.
Hi,
Hello, James.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And thank you for our beautiful dresses today.
That's right. You're all actually wearing James Reyes creations.
You're
all
wearing them
very,
well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We love them.
All right. So, can you know what you're up to now? What projects are you working on right now?
What projects? Right now, I am developing this line of multi-wear clothes. Actually, she's wearing
Just
one
like
right
this
now.
one.
can
I'll
we-
show you later.
Yes.
That's basically it. But I'm part of this group called Fashion Watch. So by this year, we'll be doing 2 seasons again. So that would be holiday 2012 and then summer 2013 later on in the year. Aside from that, we'll be having I'm part of a bridal fair at the Peninsula. So that will
Wow.
be in April 21 at the Peninsula, Manila.
All right.
So what's Fashion Watch exactly?
Fashion Watch is a group of designers who, it was started by then Richard Tan and Ino Soto, but they decided to put it back up again, and they put together a group of designers to choose other designers to work with them. So it's really what we call it. It's a show by designers for designers. So it's really good for it's beneficial to all of us who are part of it.
To kind of exchange ideas.
Not really, but really expand our market,
Yeah.
grow together.
So James, being someone in the fashion industry, what is it about it that attracts you to it and keeps you there? What keeps you working and passionate in the fashion industry?
What attracts me? It's really creating things of beauty. So it's the learning process itself is really fun, as well as like what you're wearing, it's something, you know, you can put crazy ideas and put them on women, and you know, and it's the entire creative process that intrigues me. Yeah.
So, when you first opened your atelier in January 2005, you specialized in bridal wear and evening wear. Is there any reason behind this?
Admittedly, bridal wear is the biggest market for specialty designers like us. We're not really called couturiers because that's a very technical term. Couturiers are, you know, you're appointed by Paris as a couturier. So we specialize in made-to-order clothes. So in the made-to-order market, it's really special occasion wear, bridal wear, debuts, proms. These are the ones that we really specialize
Yes,
in.
and I'm sure it's always fun to be able to glam up these women, right?
Yeah.
See them at their best. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that's really fun.
Especially to a lot of women, it's normally their first couture dress or gown is their wedding dress. So they're really open to all these new ideas.
Great. So you've had an illustrious career so far. What are you most proud of, or what's your biggest?
Achievement.
Yeah.
My
So
biggest
far.
achievement so far is, well, one of them is the acceptance in the industry. Because before that, I was in advertising, and then I just jumped into fashion, and they accepted me, and you know, they welcomed me in the industry, and that was a big thing. I mean, I was elected president of the Young Designers Guild. I was invited to do Fashion Watch. I was doing Fashion Week. And then I was able to do shows abroad as well, and you know, all these things are, you know, that's one big thing that I'm proud of. But the other one is actually having my staff, knowing how I help out my staff with their lives. So you know, it's big for me when like now it's summer. Like one of my girls would show me the medals that her son got from graduation, you know, things like that. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing for me.
So do you have any favorite like models or designers to work with?
Models. If I work with models, well, there's Ria Bolivar.
Yes,
There's everybody likes Ria, and once in a while there's Joanne Bitagcol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's also a photographer.
Who's also a photographer now. There's no particular. Now, even if I do shows now, I always draw inspiration from the character of the models. So if I do a collection, I really I get to know the person and find out if, you know, if this style fits her, if it works for her. That's when you see the entire garment working.
All right. So speaking of garments, let's see what Rhea
Yeah,
you
can we
designed.
show
everyone.
Especially
Okay.
what Rhea is wearing right now.
Well, Ria, if you're gonna
So should I
could
stand
stand.
up?
Yeah, this is one of the multi-wear dresses. Well, this is a
It's one
skirt.
of his gorgeous creations.
It's a taffeta skirt. It's 2 layers. But what I did was actually put buttons underneath, so you can wear it different ways. Excuse me, Ria.
Yes, go ahead. I like
Yeah.
being dolled up like this.
So you can. I haven't really counted how many ways you can wear this, but at least 6 ways.
So it's a very
Yeah, so-
versatile piece.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's one way.
definitely.
You can play around.
You can wear
with
it to like a big event.
Yeah.
or-
You can also wear it.
You definitely get the value for your money if you can wear it
Yeah.
6 different ways.
Yeah,
So what are you doing? You're hooking
they're buttons.
you're
they're-
buttoning it.
Yeah, they're hidden buttonholes. So that's one way. The other way is to make it really short as well. Excuse me again, Ria.
You look like a doll, Ria.
Thank you. All right, so that's number 2, style.
Yes. So you can wear it straight down. This is actually the third because the first is just
Oh yeah, just
when it's
full on.
yeah.
Yeah. So are you counting? How many styles have I made?
This is the third.
This is the third. This is gonna be the third.
So does this come in like other colors?
Yeah, they do.
Ta-da! Now it's different.
Yeah, now it's different again. Yeah. So there are other ways. You can even wear this shorter here up.
Yes.
Or you could even make it into a bubble skirt that's knee length.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So if you
So
button
James,
everything up.
what other pieces of clothing do you have that you can change up?
I have well, I did a few tops before that you can wear with ruffles, without ruffles, with the capelet, and you just change it up. That's pretty much it.
That's cool. Okay, so thank you so much for being with us, James. Is there anything you'd like to invite our viewers to, like a Facebook page or a Twitter?
Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. It's James V. Reyes, and also I have a blog site. It's James Reyes Designs at blogspot.com.
Alright, so guys, make sure to be able to check that out for his awesome creations. So thank you again, James, for joining us here on StyleRPA, the only place for real,
Personal, and all that style.
Sometimes things happen and we just don't get to see long enough to understand how, what, and why.
She wasn't pretty.
Just like everybody else.
You sure want to do this, Pa?
Ernesto, that's like asking me if you are my son.
Slightly confused.
What?
If any of yous want to be a hero, I'll kill you all.
And we're back to Style RPA. So what we just saw was a clip, a sneak peek into 180 Micro Cinema Festival. It's an online short film festival which was founded in 2009. What this festival did was to pose a challenge to filmmakers all over the world to tell a story in 180 seconds for all of cyberspace to see. And we have with us today a guest from 180 Cinema. Let's all welcome Vinci Rojas.
Thank you.
Hello, Vinci.
Hello.
Hi, Vinci.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Good, good. How and yourself?
I'm good. I'm good as well. In a real way. Okay, so can you tell us how and why you founded 180 Cinema?
Well, we founded it in 2009. It was originally under the Film Development Council of the Philippines, although now we run it independently. The main thrust of the festival is to empower filmmakers around the world by providing them a platform to showcase their work. Because of the internet and the new digital filmmaking tools, this was the perfect avenue for them to showcase their work without having to pit themselves against economic barriers, barriers of length, and just that's it.
So why 180 seconds?
180 seconds because today's internet audience, their attention spans are very short.
That's so true.
So
That's true.
that's basically it. Also 180 seconds because instead of doing it macro, you're doing it micro. Instead of having a physical space, you're doing you're using an online space, and so that's where the 180 also comes into play.
So Vinci, what are the advantages of using the internet over traditional media of film?
The advantages?
Yeah.
Well, the advantages is an access to a global audience. That's one, and then which is always the most important thing for an artist, is to show to get seen and to get noticed, and this is the best way for them to disseminate their work throughout the world. And then you have Twitter, you have Facebook, and you can rapidly disseminate all your works through those channels, through those avenues.
All right, so we heard that the festival received more than 200 films from 30 different countries when it called for submissions, from October 15 to December 31. So why do you think you received such an overwhelming response?
Well, basically, we feel that online filmmaking has matured over the past few years. When we started this in 2009, YouTube had just been around for a couple of years, and so had Vimeo. But now, 3 years later, like all of these sites have matured, and then the literacy, the visual literacy of the online audience also has matured, and people know that this is the best way for them to get their work seen. So, which is probably why 200 plus filmmakers entered.
But what do you think, like, the filmmakers gain from showing their stuff online? I mean, obviously, compared to when you show it to a different audience, you earn more and all of that. So what do you think they have to gain from online filmmaking?
Well, first is exposure. As we said, that's one of the most important things for an artist. Second is this creative challenge allows you to pit yourselves against fellow filmmakers in a healthy, competitive environment.
All right.
You know.
Okay. So the festival goes by the motto "Spin the System." So can you tell us a little bit about that? Explain that to us.
Well, really, doing a 180, like we said, using these new media platforms to harness talent and to showcase it. So 180 seconds, micro, and online. So that's pretty much where the 180 came, and the spin the system to be.
So to really kind of change everything up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the films that were featured in this festival, they're not necessarily the people in them are not necessarily professional actors, or so it's really open for aspirants.
Well, no, it's actually varied. The talent pool here, some of them are industry veterans, others are just film aficionados, and others are just, they just picked up a cell phone and they wanted to shoot something. So what you're really doing here is you're showcasing talent. Doesn't matter what your background is.
So do you have certain limits? Is there a type of genre that you have to submit, or anything goes?
We have 3 categories. Right now we're in the middle of the narrative cycle. And then we have the documentary, we have an experimental, and we have several others lined up as well. But in terms of genre, out of the 42 films that we shortlisted, the films that are in competition now, the genres are varied. You have love stories, you have action flicks. Just as you saw in the mashup, some of them are horror, some of them are sci-fi. It's really varied. It's a testament to the online filmmaking community and the versatility of the subject matter that they tackle, and also the tools. Also, it's a testament to the tools that are readily available now.
So this is a film festival, which means there's going to be a winner. So can you tell us a little bit about how the films are being judged, who's judging them, what's the criteria?
Okay, there are 2 winners. There will be 2 winners. Our award ceremonies will be held at the end of April. One winner is dictated by audience votes. That's the People's Choice Award. So people go online, they log in with either their Google, their Yahoo, or their Facebook, any of their online identities, and you can cast a vote. The other prize is the jury prize, which is will be given by a panel of judges headed by Stephanie Walmsley, who won the Oscar for Best Short Film in 2011.
Wow, that's pretty big.
For what film?
For God of Love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are pretty big names that are going to be in the jury.
Yeah. Well, we have 3 panelists. One's Steph Walmsley. Another one is Isabel Henderson, who is a producer and a production manager from Hollywood, and she worked on films like Valkyrie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And so she rounds off the production side. And then our third panelist is Peter Kirk, who's an Australian film director and commercial director, and he also has a lot of experience on the online space. He's won 2 Webby Awards, so we wanted his input there because this is still an online phenomenon.
So I'm curious, how do you do the awarding? Do you invite the winners?
If it's online.
No, it's not online actually. We have a physical event. Will be held in Rockwell on April 21.
So then the international filmmakers are going to have to come over.
We're going to fly over the winner.
Oh, wow. And what do they win exactly? Just the award?
Okay, we award a $30,000 grant in cash and in kind for them to produce more 180-second films as pitches for what we call a transmedia development deal. And the culmination of this deal is a 30-part, 90-minute serial cinema project. And you have this 1-month-long event where you release 1 3-minute part daily, every 24 hours.
Where do you?
Online. So in the interim period between, let's say, parts 1 and 2, like you harness the online buzz, you spread it around using Twitter, Facebook. And then the thing is, this event is not piratable. In order to participate, it's very participatory. In order to participate, you have to be there from day 1 to day 30, and you have to engage each other, and you have to spread it, and and the filmmaker as well gets to interact with his audience, which is great.
So if you miss it, you can't see it again?
No, afterwards we compile it into a 90-minute film.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, you wouldn't have been part of the month-long event, the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a very new thing. What do you hope for the Filipino audience, or maybe the global audience, even to get out of this? I mean, what's the purpose? What's the message you're trying to send?
Well, really, we're trying to showcase the versatility of the online filmmaking community. The range and the diversity. The internet has no boundaries, has no barriers, so it really doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you have a film in competition, that film can be seen by anyone, anywhere, anytime, like on smartphones, tablets. We did have some physical screenings, and that's great because then the filmmakers can see the palpable impact of their films with the physical audience. They bring their parents, they bring their friends, and then when every time something's funny, they laugh, or when it's supposed to be scary, you can feel the energy from the audience. So that's another aspect we'd like to focus on more in the future.
So it's really just to make people who love films come together and showcase talent, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So will 180 Micro Cinema Festival happen again? I mean, what's the future like for after the transmedia event?
After the transmedia event, when we just prep the documentary cycle.
Oh.
And that's really, we're really excited about that because stories about real people around the world will be seen, and so it's going to be quite a cultural event because then you're sharing stories from all over the world with people from all over the world.
All right, so invite people to support 180 Cinema, and how do they watch the films?
You just log on to 180cinema.net. That's 180cinema.net, and you can vote we've extended the voting period till April 9. So you can go, you can cast your vote, and then that's it.
Okay, thanks, Vinci, for joining us here on StyleRPA TV, the only place for real,
Personal.
And all that style. Welcome back to StyleRPA TV. Rock Lab Philippines is about music education and to provide insights beyond the creation of music. They aim to remind the youth that music isn't all about the fame and the glamour, but it's an art. Please welcome our guests from Rock Lab, Jake and Carlo.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Welcome.
So you guys seem very young. Are you still in school?
Well, yes.
You guys seem very hesitant.
Yeah, what's
I
with the
go to
pause?
College of St. Benilde.
Okay.
And I'm from University of the Philippines, DMI.
Wow.
So why the hesitation? Are you kind of not in school?
Not really, not actually, but
We're just really active.
So,
yeah.
first tell us, what is Rock Lab?
well, actually, Rock Lab is a project of our production, our music production, which is called High Frequency. So, yung aim ng Rock Lab is to generate encounters and channels para sa mga musicians and listeners para mag-interact with each other nang hindi nila iniisip yung idea of yung typical perception sa musician na kailangan magaling ka, sikat ka. So inaalis namin yung line na yon. So yun yung idea.
Basically, tinatanggal namin yung boundary between professionals, amateurs, and aspiring musicians. What we really want to implement in Rock Lab is to have a perfect working environment between, again, the amateurs, the professionals, and the aspiring musicians.
So it's kind of like also to cultivate young aspiring talents in the music scene.
Yes. Definitely.
So who are part of Rock Lab Philippines and what projects do you guys have in progress right now?
So far, hindi pa kami umaabot sa sa first year namin. So madami pa kami projects na iniisip. So along the way sana makakuha kami ng enough na support para makabuo ng isang movement. Yun yung ideal situation for us, di ba? Pero yung isang point doon, simula nung nag-start kami, madaming professional musicians na nag-vouch ng kanilang mga support para doon sa
nag-express sila ng support sa amin and they think the idea is pretty good. Well, they also had past experience with movements about music, rock, but then I don't want to name drop, but they slowly died out. Yeah, so you may wonder why kaming mga bata, we aspire to do these things because we have the time. And since we have the time and the experience with our fellow musicians, we want to, in a way, share our experiences with others through Rock Lab.
So how did you guys start Rock Lab? Have you known each other for a while?
Yeah, you guys are from different schools. How did you get together?
Are you guys close friends?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
close
alright.
friends. So nagsimula yung project sa simpleng discussion about sa music scene, sa current situation sa industry. Kasi since medyo experienced kami sa scene, mutugtog din kami. We come from different bands. So yung nangyari, yung nangyari doon, after discussing some things na nakita namin na may mga loopholes, sabi namin, bakit hindi tayo magsimula ng isang project na kung saan makaka-interact tayong lahat. Tapos ma-express natin yung sentiments natin nang hindi tayo nahihirapan. Alam mo yun, may venue for us to tell our observations nang hindi nasa sensor. So, yun yung doon nagsimula. Tapos nag-isip kami ng mga events, doon din nagsimula. Tapos doon na.
So far, what are the biggest challenges that you guys have encountered nung ina-establish niyo yung Rock Lab?
yung yung isa sa pinakamatinding hindrance namin is yung yung support syempre. Kasi oo, kasi medyo since medyo marginalized yung ginagawa namin. Kasi sinasantabi since wala naman kami sa limelight, parang gano'n. Kaya medyo nahihirapan kaming kumuha ng support sa mga tao. Second doon yung skepticism sa ginagawa na namin. So, syempre, hindi nawawala yung criticism ng ibang tao. So, yun yung sinusubukan naming tawag dito, kalabanin. So, yung pinaka mapapakita namin na seryoso kami sa ginagawa namin, talagang patakbuhin yung project ng matagal. So, yun na yung pinaka mapapakita namin sa kanila. Seryoso kami, na hindi kami nagbibiro.
Siyempre, we try to devote our time and effort kahit na students kami. In fact, working students rin kami ngayon. And we try to devote our time and effort to invite more people, invite more artists to be part of Rock Lab. And syempre, nagkakaroon rin kami ng I'll just skip to the projects. Sorry. We have upcoming projects like guitar clinics, talks of various artists in the industry and underground music scene that will provide insights for anyone who's willing to learn.
So what is it that makes Rock Lab different from other, like music advocacies or other organizations or movements?
I really don't think na naiiba kami. Kasi syempre, nire-recognize din namin yung effort ng ibang groups. Kahit ano pa yung intentions nila, di ba? So, nire-respect namin yun. Yung pinaka-difference siguro kasi, we try to focus on music alone. Hindi kami pumapasok sa mga venues ng politics or kahit anong agendas. So, yung focus ng movement, and actually hindi siya movement, nung ginagawa namin yung project, para magbigay ng free education for all, na may access yung general public. Tapos, yun nga, yung katulad ng sinabi namin kanina, sinusubukan namin alisin yung boundaries and lines na nagsaseparate sa musicians and listeners. So, ganun lang yung idea niya.
So what about the two of you? What kind of music do you guys play?
Well, eto nga yun. Medyo malayo kami in terms of how we met kasi we also met in gigs.
Okay.
My band does our thing, his band does his thing. He plays hard rock and I play alternative rock and progressive rock. So, dalawang magkalayong branches ng rock yun. Pero nagkita kami sa gigs through personalities. So, nag-uusap kami after gigs, like, uy pare, ano tugtugan mo? Ito tugtugan ko, ganito. Until napunta na kami sa situation na na-analyze na namin ang musical environment namin. And then, yun. Doon nagsimula ang Rock Lab. That's when we said, ba't hindi na lang tayo kumilos? Why not us? Kasi, total, may oras tayo. Total, we have the resources to do it. And, yun, that's how it started.
So what would it take to be part of Rock Lab? Like, if you want to be part of it, what do you have to do? Do we need to be invited?
No. Actually, no. Katulad ngayon, we have a side project para doon sa Rock Lab. Kasi we're doing performance events, tsaka yung mga clinics. Tapos, sa April, no? Starting April, hanggang tuloy-tuloy na, hanggang end of year, or probably kapag nagkaroon na siya ng momentum, tuloy-tuloy lang. May mga clinics kami. Magpo-provide kami ng clinics sa mga schools. So far sa ngayon, yung plans namin, muna sa bars. So, check pa namin kung feasible pa talaga yung gagawin kasi mahirap yun, di ba? So, ngayon, sana makapasok kami sa mga public schools. Tapos, we're going to do music clinics for free. So, teka, ano nga ba yung...
Well, sa side ng mga music clinics namin, ang sakop niya, hindi lang guitar, hindi lang bass, hindi lang keyboard, hindi lang vocals, hindi lang drums. We will also explain the production side, recording side of music, everything that happens at the back.
So basically, lahat ng may ideas or experience sa pagtuturo or willing enough to share their talents and viewpoints or experience, pwedeng pumunta sa amin, lumapit sa amin. Tapos yun nga, side project namin about dun sa blog. Yung mga musicians na ang tawag dito, may background sa pagsusulat, pwedeng lumapit sa amin. Kasi so far, okay yung nangyayari. May mga nagko-contribute talaga ng mga writers and musicians na nagsasabi ng mga bagay-bagay, mga opinions nila. So, kahit sino actually.
And yeah, so yun, regarding the qualification, as long as you have experiences, you're in the scene, why not write for us? And we'll screen it, we'll edit it, then we'll post it on the blog.
All right, thank you guys so much for being with us today. So we would like to thank Jake and Carlo from Rock Lab and Vinci, as well as James Reyes. We'd like to thank James especially for our beautiful dresses, and on behalf of Philip, Massimo Duty. We would also like to thank Edgar Soriano for our hair and makeup. And for our sponsors from our event last night, Coca-Cola.
Yes, Soyami soya chips. Soya goodness in a bag of chips. Soyami, so healthy and so yummy.
House of Rodriguez Salon and Spa. House of Vela in Sampat. Raymond Gutierrez Salon and Spa in Makati.
Banana Boat Sunscreen Lotion, we've got you covered.
Alright, so guys, do not forget to check out our website, StyleRPA.com. Like us on Facebook, StyleRPA, and follow us on Twitter at StyleRPA. See you guys again next week for another episode of StyleRPA, where we give you real,
personal,
and all that style. Please welcome our musical guest, Melo.